Welcome to class number 4 of our 5-part postpartum Pilates series here on Rebalance Pilates. Today is a standing class. I love to put a standing class into a series because it is very functional movement, and these are movements that we typically do the most during our day. So you're going to see a lot of squats, some balancing work. We're also going to be using light weights in this class. I'm going to be using 2-pound weights. You can go up as high as 3. If you don't have light weights, no worries. Just go ahead and grab a couple of cans of chickpeas or maybe a couple bottles of water, and that's going to give you some resistance. So go ahead, grab your weights, and I will see you on the floor. Okay, got my 2-pound weights, and we're going to start with some shoulder rolls. So I'm just going to shrug my shoulders up to my ears and let them go down and up. And let them go down. So I'm not dropping my shoulders as I do this. I'm moving pretty slowly. This is also a great opportunity for me to check out where I'm holding myself in terms of posture. So I want to be standing right over top of my ankles. If I'm too much into my heels, I'll start to push my hips forward. And if I'm too much into my toes, I'll go into too much of a back bend. So if I imagine that my perineum is dropping right down between my ankles, that's going to help me find equal distribution across the legs and the feet. It's going to help me find my neutral pelvis, and the tummy's going to gently draw in. We've got one more shoulder roll here, and then we're going to go into side bends. So I'm going to let my head fall to the right, and I'm going to allow the weight to take my spine over. Now notice how I'm trying to stretch through the rib cage here and not stick my hips out to make the stretch happen. I'm going to take a breath in. And on the exhale, I'm going to pull up through the pelvic floor, deepen the abdominals to help stack the ribs back up. Other side. The head falls towards the ear, and I side bend, taking a breath in and exhaling, coming back up. We'll do that one more time on each side. Head falling to the ear, allowing the weight to take you over. Breath in, exhale, pulling up through that pelvic floor, stacking those ribs one last time. And exhaling as we come up. We're going to go into a little bit of rotator cuff work here. So I'm going to rotate my palms to face you, and then I'm going to rotate my palms away from you. And I'm working from the top of the shoulder joint as I do this bit of rotation. So I don't know about you, but I've been feeling very rounded through my shoulders, just from holding the baby, feeding the baby, cuddling the baby, even just pushing the stroller, I can get really rounded in my shoulders. So I want to work that rotator cuff. I want to help draw those shoulders, that humeral head back into the joint so I'm better centered, I'm more open in the chest, and I'm less collapsed. We're going to start to open those arms out to the side. I'm continuing to do my internal and external rotation as I bring the arms up, and I'm keeping them in front of my head. And then I'm going to bring them back down. So just starting to sense how the abdominals begin to work a little harder. We found that with the TheraBand. As we changed the load, our abdominals responded to that. Let's do that one more time coming up. So sensing that with the weights, how when you add or when you change the arm position, how the abdominals respond to that movement, that change in movement. Still equally weighted across my feet into a little bow and arrow. This is an exercise we're going to see again toward the end of the class. The arms are up. I'm going to bend my right elbow, let my head rotate toward that right elbow as I spiral the head, the collarbone, the rib cage, and then I'm going to rotate myself back. Other side, head, collarbone, rib cage. Now the challenge here is to keep your pelvis facing forward. So that way it's just the head, just the collarbone, just the rib cage rotating, and my pelvis is not twisting with me. And that's going to help us target the waist and the obliques. I'm going to do one more time on each side. And letting it go. Now you can do this without weights, of course. And then coming down. we're gonna get into our squats. Squats are a very functional movement. We squat to pick up the baby. We squat to get on and off of the toilet. This is a very important move, and we need to make sure that we are doing it properly and effectively. Here we go. So I'm gonna start to hinge at my hip joint, bend my knees, and down I go into my squat. My arms are out in front of me. I'm gonna squeeze my bum, pull up through my pelvic floor to come up. Now notice that I'm not pushing my pelvis forward at the end. I wanna think of coming up over the ankles. Exhaling, pulling up through the pelvic floor, standing over top of my ankles. Hinging and coming down. Exhaling, pulling up through the glutes, pelvic floor as I come up. I also want my knees to track over my toes. It's gonna be very easy for the knees to collapse inward, but really work on trying to keep them over the toes. Inhaling down, exhale as you press up. Inhale, widen that pelvic floor. Exhale, pull up through the pelvic floor. Let's do this for 4. Inhaling down, exhaling for 3. If you've got the baby in the carrier, you can still do squats. And 2, if you're calming your baby, you can still do squats. If you're playing with your baby, you can still do squats. They're a great little exercise to throw in at any point during the day. We're gonna come down and hold. Bicep curl, bending the elbows to bring the hands towards the temples of the face, and then reach it long. 2, so I gotta keep my core very active here. I am actively keeping my knees from collapsing in. Exhaling for 4. 3. 2. Keep the baby hugged in. 1. We're gonna engage the glutes, pelvic floor, come up. We're gonna come down, hold it there, pulse the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Woo, coming up. We're moving into a curtsy squat from here. So one leg is gonna come forward, one leg is gonna go back, and I pretty much have my heel of my front leg in line with the toes of the back leg, and my front leg is turned out slightly. So arms are going to come out like you are lifting a dress to curtsy to the queen, and back up. Inhaling, exhaling up. There's a slight turnout in my front leg. And my hips are rotated a little bit here, and that's okay. Inhaling down, exhaling up, picking up my dress, and up, and 3, 2, 1 more time, let's stay. Hug a tree, and open. Hug a tree, and open. 3, hug the baby in. Keep the abdominals active for 4, 3, 2, 1. Open the arms, come up, not quite done. Come back down, arms stay wide, pulse the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up. Other side. So going into that slightly rotated pelvis, just off center, turned out leg. Here we go. Inhaling and exhaling. Curtsy, hold that dress up and exhale. Inhale and exhale. This takes me back to my dancer days, saying thank you very much. Thank you. Let's do this for 3. So I don't know about you, but I'm starting to feel those arms, starting to get a little warm. And 1, hug a tree and open. Exhale, pull the baby in for support. Exhale, pelvic floor, inhale. So this is one of those exercises where we don't fully let go of the abdominals while we do it, We deepen that hug of the baby into the body, but we don't fully let go. One more time. And up. We have to still do our pulses. Here we go down. Hold the arms out there. Pulse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Woo! And up. Okay. Now, we're going to do a little bit of a balance challenge here with some heel raises. If you need to hold on to a wall or a chair, please go ahead and grab one now, or please go stand near the wall. My feet are going to be about bum cheek distance apart. I'm going to start by standing right over top of my ankles. Big toe, baby toe, heel, very supported, taking a breath in. On the exhale, I'm going to rise up and inhale down. Now, I'm not locking out my ankles, so I could lock all the way out and that would make me very unstable, or I could keep the ankles underneath the pelvis, maybe not go all the way up, but I actually end up being a little bit more stable. I'm really pressing into my big toe knuckles here. Little balance challenge, here we go. Pressing into those big toe knuckles, try not to roll out to the babies. And down, and again, up. And down. Arms are just by our side. Inhaling down. 2 more here, exhaling up. Inhaling down. I'm trying to be as equally weighted on both legs as possible. And down. We're going to add squats into this and a bit of arms. So I'm going to do a little mini squat, arms up. As I engage my glutes, I'm going to bring the arms down and I'm going to lift up, rising up onto my heels, then lowering the heels down. We do that again. Little squat, arms up. As I exhale and pull up through the pelvic floor, squeeze the glutes, I'm going to come up into my balance and down. And again, exhaling. Inhaling down. And bend. Exhale. And down. One more time in this direction. Pelvic floor engaging. And down. Now we're going to reverse it. So take a breath in. Exhale up. Inhale, fold the hips. Try to keep the heels lifted, arms up. Lower the heels down. Squeeze the bum, come up. Ooh, a little bit harder. And up. Bend at the hip and at the knees. Lower those heels and come down. Now you can hold on to a chair, a wall. You don't have to do the weight portion of this. This is just a nice way to challenge our balance, challenge our core engagement. And down. One more time. Inhaling as I go down, heels, exhaling up. All right, we're gonna go back into that little squat. Arms are gonna come out in front of us, and we're gonna tap it out and pull it in. You try not to sink into the hip, but think of your bum cheek going right behind you to the wall behind you. All of my weight is on my standing leg. I'm doing this for 4, 3. I feel like a bird of prey when I do this too. I'm gonna hold it out there and I'm gonna lift my long leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bring it in and up, other side. Down I go. All of my weight onto the other leg. Tap it and in. Tap and in. 3, 4. Give the baby that hug in. Those abdominals are active. And I'm really hinged here for 4. You can see that hip hinge. And 2, feeling the side of my supporting glute really doing the work. Holding it out there. Lift it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Coming in and up. We're going to work our shoulder blades a little bit and our triceps. So that little hip hinge that we had with those toe taps, I'm going to find it here. Equally weighted, letting my bum go back behind me. And I'm going to let my arms fall forward naturally. Let the weight take the arms down. Then focusing on my shoulder blades, I'm gonna pull my shoulder blades together. I can imagine that they're like elevator doors sliding shut. And then I'm gonna let the weights take my arms down and my shoulder blades will come apart. And I'm gonna pull the shoulder blades together and let it go. And pull the shoulder blades together and let it go. So you can think of elevator doors sliding together and elevator doors releasing, elevator doors sliding together and releasing. 2 more, and I'm giving the baby a hug in. I don't want to be hanging out with no support here. So really think of pulling the baby in. It's a great cue, even postpartum. This is our last one. Now I'm going to draw my shoulder blades gently together and tuck my elbows into my waist for triceps. Here you go. Tricep 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're going to hold it back there. Shoulder blades are still drawing together. We pulse the arms. 1, 2, keep the head lifted. 3, keep the baby pulled in. 4, 5, 6, 7, and hold it up there. Hold it for 5. Hold it for 4. Pull the baby in. Pelvic floor is active for 4, 3, 2. Let's do those pulses again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're holding it for 8, 7, 6. Give baby a hug for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Coming up. Now we are going to do the same tricep exercise, but we're going to try lifting our heels during it. If that is too much, omit it and just do the triceps again with the flat feet. But if you want the extra challenge, you can come and join me. So finding my hip hinge, giving the baby a hug in, thinking of that abdominal engagement, and tucking my elbows in by my side, shoulder blades sliding together. As I press my arms back, I'm gonna lift my heels and down. So I'm really pressing into my big toe knuckles. I'm not holding this yet. We'll try holding it. And let's do this for 4, and 3, 2. See if you can hold it. Can you do the little pulses? 1, 2. You can always put your feet down if it's too much. And 4, 3, 2. Can you hold it? 2, 3. You can always put the heels down if you need to. Pull the baby in. 2, 1. Bend those elbows and come on up. Nice little challenge there. We're going into a wide leg position. Okay. If prolapse is an issue, please go to parallel legs for this work. Your pelvic floor physiotherapist is the one who's going to be able to tell you if there's a prolapse issue that you should know about, okay? So if it is not an issue, if you don't feel a heaviness in the vagina, try doing the wide legs, see how you feel, but please see a pelvic floor physiotherapist to get the best idea of what's going on. You can always go and do this in parallel if it doesn't feel good, okay? Wide legs, here we go. We're going down, lifting the arms up and down. So I'm inhaling, opening up through pelvic floor, exhaling, pulling up through pelvic floor. The wide leg is also going to help me target my inner thighs. Now, as I do my wide leg, I'm sending my bum kind of straight down to the floor here. I'm not hinging forward with the bum. Let the bum go down to the floor and up. Let's do 2 more like that. 1 more like that. And now we're going to add more arms to it. So we're going to come down. Hold the squat as you close the arms up overhead. And as you open the arms, come up out of the squat. Come down. Close the arms. Up. Straighten the legs. Open the arms. Keep the arms wide. Down. And close. Exhale up. Exhale to lift. And close. Exhale up. Take a breath in. Exhale to lift, and up 1 more time. down, and up. Let's do one more, bringing the arms in, holding that. Pulse those legs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and coming up. All right, focusing a little bit more on the legs, less on the arms. Arms are just gonna be by your side. We're going down into a wide squat, and I'm gonna lift my right heel up. Pulse the leg, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that, tap the heel up and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Hug the baby, 2, and 1. Come on all the way up. Do that on the other side. Down we go. Lift the heel, pulse the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hug the baby, 7 and 8. Hold. Tap the heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Coming up. Same thing. 4. Down we go. Lift the first heel. 4 pulses. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. 4. 4 heel taps. 1, 2, 3. Keep the heel down. Come up. Down we go. Lift the opposite heel. Pulse it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we pulse or we tap the heel. 1, 2, 3. Keep it down for 4 and up. Now for 2. Down we go. Lift the heel. Pulse it. 1. Pulse it. 2 and hold. Tap it. 1. Tap it. 2 and up. Coming down. Lift the heel. Pulse it. 1. Pulse it. 2. Lower the heel. 1. Lower the heel. 2. Keep it down and up. We're going to do alternating heels. Coming down. Hold the squat. Lift one heel. Lift the other heel. Lift and lift. Alternating. Whew. Keep that squat for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Woo! And up. Back to arms. So we looked at the bow and arrow a little earlier in the class. We're going to look at it again, but this time more for arm work. So arms are coming out in front. We're going to stay on the right side, rotating to the right side. I'm going to rotate the head, the collarbone, the rib cage, bending my right elbow, holding that, keeping my hips forward. Extend to open the arm, then bend at the elbow and bring your hand back towards your armpit, and then come back. Stay on the right side. Rotating, open. Bend back to armpit, rotate head, collarbone, rib cage back. Head, collarbone, rib cage rotates, open the arm, bend and in. One more time like this before we add on, and open, bend, and in. We're gonna do 4 where we add on. We're rotating around, we're extending the arm, hold. Take a breath in, exhale, lift the arm, circle yourself back. Do that again, rotating around, open the arm. Exhale, circle the arm up and around, pull those abdominals in. 2 more. One more time, exhaling around, take a breath in. Exhale, lower the arms down. Other side. So our last big arm work of the class. Here we go. Head, collarbone, rotate. We open the arm up, bend that elbow, bringing the fist back to the armpit and back. Do that again. Rotating and open, bend, rotate back. Stay with the work. Try not to side bend away from the arm. This is our last one, and we're going to add on. Here we go. Here's our add on. Big exhale as you lift the arm up overhead and down. Circle or lengthen back up overhead. 2 more. Rotating. Extend the arm. Exhale up overhead. Last one here. Rotating around. Up. And down. All right. Get rid of the weights. Let's just do some nice big arm circles. Woo. One more time in this direction. Other direction. 2 pounds, never felt heavier. Woo. And letting the arms hang free. Let's do some shoulder rolls to finish. Just shrugging the shoulders up and back, up and back. And there you have it. Class number 4 in the books. I hope this gives you some fun ideas of things that you can do while you're holding that baby or you've got him or her in a carrier. You can do those squats, wide leg, parallel. There's lots of fun things in there that you can do to stay active even while you're holding your baby or engaging with your baby. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in our very last class. I'll see you soon. Bye.